If you're a regular follower of my video blogs, you'll know that I've been moving through a twin flame journey, and Venus is at its greatest brightness today, and I've felt this shedding of karma. This has been like chipping away piece by piece, like all of these different astrological events since I came into cognizance of it. And the reason why this is happening is to do with my channel more than it is to do with a relationship, because there's a lot of narrative about twin flames and physical union. Oh, behave. Just as in the 3D reality, calm down. But that's not actually the primary purpose of a twin flame experience. The primary outcome of this is actually meant to be healing individually. If that ends up being also a relationship in the physical reality, well then great, but most people don't get that. This is actually about coming into union with a splintered part of self, a splintered part of your own soul. Because just coming into proximity to your twin flame will dredge up so many woundings from this lifetime and past lifetimes. So the timing of this for me was uncanny, because I didn't realize that this was my twin flame, and I didn't realize the magnitude of this at this time. However, learning that I was going to channel for my soul group and starting a very intense spiritual purification process, plus around the same time having regular contact with my twin flame. And that's unlocked a much deeper scope of healing than I would have had access to had I been healing alone. That's the whole point. And the shadow aspect that came up for me in this relationship, which was actually a mirror of a relationship with one of my parents, where I regularly used my psychic skills to accurately guess their feelings, their needs, to look at them on a soul level and to feel deep love towards that parent. And yet, in the physical reality, my needs were not met, my efforts were not appreciated, and my skills, talents, and value weren't seen. And the wounds from that relationship with one of my parents has rippled through every romantic relationship that I've had. And in order to be a clear channel, we must integrate all soul aspects, all of them. I posted about shadow work earlier today, and I cannot stress the importance of this. And the chaos of having contact with my twin flame and what had happened hurt me deeply. It hurt me deeply, but I'm seeing the benefits of that with the self-development work I've managed to subsequently do to heal from that experience. And now that I've learned about twin flames, I actually feel a great deal of gratitude, because what I experienced was awful and cruel. However, it actually isn't as bad as some of the stories that I've read. And I just have immense gratitude for the fact that, well, firstly, I've met my twin in this lifetime, and many people don't get that opportunity. Sometimes twins don't reincarnate at the same time. And then also, on top of that, I do know them, and I know that they are healthy. And despite it all, I've learned what spiritual love really means, because I don't think there's anything that this person could do to me that would stop me from loving them. And that doesn't mean that anything ever needs to happen, but I can't switch off the feelings that I feel, and I'm at peace with that. It's not a struggle for me to think about that, because that is unconditional love. And there's something beautiful in knowing that you can always wish the best for someone who isn't in your life. And on top of that, even though what appears on the surface of the physical reality situation isn't ideal, me doing the work that I do in the etheric realms, I know that my twin and I are healing past life timelines. And there's one life in particular that I've spoken about here, and I know that in that lifetime we have resolved some issues that had came into this present life because of decisions I made, because of my soul consciousness, to break karmic cycles between us. Even though it wasn't well received, I still did it, and it was still in both of our best interests, because we keep having a karmic cycle of taboo relationships that have themes of power and control. Power and control is actually throughout our entire soul group. So breaking that pattern has had an immensely positive experience for both of us. Then I also know that in a Sirius timeline, we are in union, and that's been beautiful to see. And another amazing thing that happened was a few weeks ago, my Akashic records had transformed into Lemuria, and I know that me and my twin have had life there. And when I go into my Akashic records and I see Lemuria, I know that she's there to meet me. So there's different like spiritual unions that are going on here. I know that healing is happening across a lot of different layers, and I feel better. And although this has been very difficult, I see the reason for it, and I know why it's had to happen. And there's something comforting in always knowing that no matter what happens in this lifetime, in soul space, that's my twin. And you know what? If this isn't my last lifetime, who knows? Maybe next lifetime too. So there's a lot to be happy about.